Welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm Subponicate Poster, and it's time for us to move the story forward. We're going to head to Orlais for the first time and address the Chantry in Val Royeaux. Here we will meet with members of the Chantry, the ones that Mother Giselle suggested to us, to try and break up kind of their monopoly on calling me a shitbag.
The clerics is not a terrible idea.
You can't be serious.
Mother Giselle isn't wrong. At the moment, the Chantry's only strength is that they are united in opinion.
And we should ignore the danger to the Herald.
Let's ask her.
Well,
I'm more concerned this won't actually solve any problems.
I agree. It just lends credence to the idea that we should care what the Chantry says.
I will go with her. Mother Giselle said she could provide us names. Use them.
But why? This is nothing
jerk
but
off?
What choice do we have, Liliana? Right now we can't approach anyone for help with the breach. Use what influence we have to call the clerics together. Once they are ready, we will see this through.
And when you're doing a plot critical mission, it always gives you a chance to back out in case you decide you wanted to do something before you get there. But we're going to go to Val Royeaux and have a chat with those people.
The city still mourns.
Just a guest seeker, but I think they all know who we are.
Your skills of observation never fail to impress me, Varric.
My Lady Herald.
You're one of Leliana's people. What have you found?
The Chantry mothers await you, but so do a great many Templars.
There are Templars here?
People seem to think the Templars will protect them from the Inquisition. They're gathering on the other side of the market. I think that's where the Templars intend to meet you.
Only one thing to do, then.
Now this is kind of a bug. You see the dialogue prompt pop up. We go to talk to Cassandra and she runs away from us. And so then we go to talk to our scout and the fucking thing doesn't trigger. So I bail on it. Here in Val Royeaux, there's a ton of these little plaques scattered around. They'll all give you XP, so feel free to pick them up, level up, and they're hidden everywhere. So check every nook and cranny.
Stand wary, guardsman. The Inquisition is here, along with the Herald of Andra.
And Solus has no sense of personal space.
Covered with the Divine's blood.
Let her pass. The Inquisition is the Templars' problem, and they'll fix it.
The Templars will stand for us and help Val Royeaux return to mourning.
Good people of Val Royeaux, hear me. Together, we mourn our divine. A naive and beautiful heart, silenced by treachery. You wonder what will become of a murderer. Well, wonder no more. Behold, the so-called Herald of Andraste, claiming to rise where our beloved fell.
I didn't claim shit.
We say this is a false prophet. The Maker would send no elf in our hour of need.
You can fuck with them by going with I am the Herald, but I don't have time for this shit.
You say I am the enemy. The breach in the sky is our true enemy. We must unite to stop it.
It's true. The Inquisition seeks only to end this madness before it is too late.
It is already too late.
Shit, Dad's home.
The Templars have returned to the Chantry. They will face this Inquisition, and the people will be safe once more.
Doggy punch!
Still yourself. She is beneath us.
Let's see. Yeah.
Was that display supposed to impress me?
On the contrary, it wasn't for you at all.
Lord Seeker Lucius, it's imperative that we speak with...
You will not address me.
Lord Seeker?
Creating a heretical movement. Raising up a puppet as Andraste's prophet. You should be ashamed. You should all be ashamed. The Templars failed no one when they left the Chantry to purge the mages. You are the ones who have failed. You who'd leash our righteous swords with doubt and fear. If you came to appeal to the Chantry, you are too late. The only destiny here that demands respect is mine.
Potato face motherfucker.
If you're not here to help the Chantry, then you just came to make speeches.
I came to see what frightens old women so, and to laugh.
But Lord Seeker, what if she really was sent by the Maker? What if...
You are called to a higher purpose. Do not question.
I will make the Templar Order a power that stands alone against the Void. We deserve recognition. Independence. You have shown me nothing, and the Inquisition, less than nothing. Templars, Val Royeaux is unworthy of our protection. We march.
Charming fellow, isn't he?
Has Lord Seeker Lucius gone mad?
Do you know him very well?
He took over the Seekers of Truth 2 years ago, after Lord Seeker Lambert's death. He was always a decent man, never given to ambition and grandstanding. This is very bizarre.
Huh. I wonder what could have brought that on. Ah, fuck him.
It doesn't look like we'll be getting the Templars to help us after all.
I wouldn't write them off so quickly. There must be those in the Order who see what he's become. Either way, we should first return to Haven and inform the others.
Okay, so we're going to turn around here and talk to Belle. She's another recruitable agent.
Ever since our Divine was murdered,
Excuse me,
toothless old fools
but
are lost without her.
Is
what
what
are
they're
the Grand
saying
Clerics
real?
doing while the main
The
circles
Inquisition's
lie
going to
empty?
fix the hole in the sky?
That's what we're attempting, yes.
No one is doing anything. The Chantry's useless, and the Templars... Andraste... I never thought they'd abandon us. Listen, your camp will need food. I have contacts. We'll have deliveries there in days.
You want to help the Inquisition?
Never been part of something this big before, but if your Inquisition's going to seal the sky, I want to help.
And score some free points with Cassandra.
What do you think, Cassandra?
I think the woman is asking you and not me.
Well, she is.
The Herald of Andraste. Yes, I understand. Haven is a mess, but we won't turn away anyone willing to help. Invite her, if it pleases you.
And it
To
does.
Haven, then. We need good people.
I don't know if I'm that, but it will be nice to see. Thank you.
And boom, another agent. Let's go talk to the old lady. Varric just gets right up there.
Please you greatly, Seeker Cassandra.
We came here seeking only to speak with the mothers. This is not our doing, but yours.
And you had no part in forcing our hand? Do not delude yourself.
I once had Solus get up on that platform and kick her around like a soccer ball, complete with clouds of dust. It was great.
Scattered to the wind along with their convictions. Just tell me one thing. Do you truly believe you are the Maker's chosen?
Why does everyone keep saying that?
Haven't you already made up your mind? Why ask me now?
Because, despite all my fears, what if it's true? What if I have erred? I suppose it is out of our hands now. We shall all see what the Maker plans in the days to come.
You're obviously skeptical. What do you believe I am?
Our divine. Her holiness is dead. I have seen evidence for everything, except what would comfort me.
That doesn't answer my question.
For you to be true, a great many things must be false. And if you are false, a great many things must have failed. There is chaos ahead, whatever your intentions.
So what happens now? Will the Chantry continue to denounce me?
We have already done so. And what good has it done us? Now it falls on us to select a new divine, if we can, and leave the next step to her.
Provided such a selection is even possible.
I truly don't know. Any revered mother who could have followed Justinia died at the Conclave. What becomes of us, and your Inquisition, is in the Maker's hands now.
Where is the Lord Seeker taking the Templars?
I can't begin to guess the Lord Seeker's mind. He could not have abandoned his intended role more completely.
There must be sense to what we can't see.
Must there? Rebellion seems popular in certain quarters, doesn't it, Seeker? Is crafting the Templars into a new power really any worse than declaring a rival to the Chantry itself?
What were you hoping the Lord Seeker would do exactly?
Put aside his war against the mages and find common purpose against something much more dire. Obviously, he has other plans. With the knights vigilant slain at the Conclave, there is nothing more we can do.
Perhaps there is something we can do.
I'd like to believe that, Seeker. I truly would. I suppose we can expect renewed effort against the mages from him, and yet more chaos.
How many Templars turned on the Chantry exactly?
They rebelled across Thedas. Some remained loyal, but not enough to call them the Order. The White Spire here in the capital was the largest garrison, but now it stands empty. Perhaps more shall flock to the Lord Seeker's banner now. How far has faith waned, I wonder?
How are people responding to all of this?
Despair. Fear. We mourn her holiness. The people look to the sky and wonder how long before terror comes for us all. There must be a way through this. Is it you? The Templars? The Maker's will? We abandoned our duties. We servants of the faith. Now we can only pray.
There's got to be a way to calm everything down and clean up this mess.
I hope against hope that may be the case.
I'm trying to figure out why, if she was punched in the back of the head, she's holding her kidney or whatever, spleen.
What
message for you, son?
Arrow with a message?
Now, the Friends of Red Jenny were mentioned in Origins, and they were kind of a little throwaway side quest. But now they're back and will be a much larger part of our story. Now we'll run over here and speak with this fellow.
I believe that messenger is trying to get our attention.
You are the Herald of Andraste, are you not? I have an invitation for you.
Ooh, and we have an invite to a party. That'll be fun.
The Templars didn't even touch you.
That's right. Oh, fuck you. Have a chat with this guy. He's having a bit of a crisis of faith.
Take from me a life of sorrow. Comfort is only yours to give. Oh, Maker, where is the comfort? Look away. I have broken the chant because it comes from my heart.
He's a chanter, which means he's only supposed to reply in lines from the Chant of Light.
What do you mean you broke the chant?
Are you also ignorant of the Maker's most basic rites? The Chant of Light is how we honor the Maker. They are the only words that the faithful should hear from my lips. But I can't. Our divine is dead. Our Templars gone. The Maker's silence is deafening. What hope have we?
Now, if you're playing as an Andrastian, that upper right one is obviously the best one, but we're not.
You need.
So I have a faith I've lost, or one that seeks to drive it from me. I can't even look to our Templars. How is this not darkness?
Now we head back past the donkey-punched old lady towards the docks to find our first Red Jenny location.
That are the righteous, the lights in the shadow. In their blood, the Maker's will is written.
Now this big lake off to our right is sort of a vanity project of one of the emperors of Orlais, and it's lined with lead to increase the reflectiveness, which is why the fish are all fucked up. And behind these barrels, most important, old lady porn. I think there are 4 of these scattered about the world, and they're all pretty funny. I picked one up in Haven. Okay, if you head over to the restaurant, we find our second Red Jenny location. And a little bit of a lore dump. Mafarath was the husband of Andraste, and basically, after she kicked Tevinter's ass, he was really jealous because she was loved and worshipped by people all over, and he got left behind. So basically, he sold her out to Tevinter and caused her to be burned on a pyre. What an asshole. And a little bit of a codex entry on dragons. In the last age, it was thought that dragons were extinct, but right towards the end of it, they started turning up again, and this talks about them just a little bit. Basically, that they're returning and they're getting more powerful, but nobody seems to know why this is happening.
I can't believe this.
Oh, yes.
Go over to this door for fast travel. Our last waypoint is upstairs, so you have to use these doors to get up there. So just go up 1 floor. And it's right here. So now, with our 3 locations that we found, it will put a marker on the world map, and that's a place we can travel to. And go to leave. This happens whether you walk out or you try to travel from the world map. It's mandatory.
I might have a moment of your time.
Grand Enchanter Fiona?
Leader of the Mage Rebellion. Is it not dangerous for you to be here?
I heard of this gathering, and I wanted to see the fabled Herald of Andraste with my own eyes. If it's help with the breach you seek, perhaps my people are the wiser option.
I'm surprised the leader of the mages wasn't at the conclave.
Yes. You were supposed to be, and yet somehow you avoided death.
As did the Lord Seeker, you'll note. Both of us sent negotiators in our stead in case it was a trap. I won't pretend I'm not glad to live. I lost many dear friends that day. It disgusts me to think the Templars will get away with it. I'm hoping you won't let them.
So you think the Templars are responsible?
Why wouldn't she?
Lucius hardly seems broken up over his losses, if he's concerned about them at all. You heard him. You think he wouldn't happily kill the Divine to turn people against us? So yes, I think he did it. More than I think you did it, at any rate.
The mages weren't willing to talk to the Inquisition before. Why now?
Because now I've seen what you are. And I've seen the Chantry for what it is. Consider this an invitation to Redcliffe. Come, meet with the mages. An alliance could help us both, after all. I hope to see you there. Au revoir, my Lady Herald.
So they actually speak French and not France. So we go to leave, and I'm finally able to trigger this conversation.
Protect the people? From us?
Protect them from the blasphemous Herald of Andraste, I'd say.
Surely they cannot think such a thing.
Why not? They wouldn't be the only ones.
You think the Order's return to the fold, maybe? To deal with us upstarts?
No. As we've already
I
found
can't
out.
imagine him coming to the Chantry's defense. Not after all that's occurred.
Indeed it
The
does.
potential for trouble has increased.
Alright, well, that's going to wrap it up for us today. And we will return next time by progressing the plot a little bit more. Join us next time for Let's Play Dragon Age Inquisition.